A very pleasant good day, my beloved brothers and sisters in Christ and outside the body of Christ. Well, once again, this is your Christian brother, Eric Braxton, speaking to you all from his beloved country, Trinidad and Tobago, the land of my nativity, the land of my birth, Trinidad and Tobago, this wonderful island country that is in the blue Caribbean Sea. In this part 31 video, I am teaching you all that A.J. Miller of Australia is a fake. He is not Jesus Christ and he cannot save no one, and he's not no reincarnation of Jesus Christ. But A.J. Miller is my dear brother, but yes, he's on the wrong track. Brothers and sisters, he's deluded. He's under a strong delusion. And also Mary Susan Locke, she's my little dear sister, who A.J. Miller have falsely indoctrinated her to believe that she had the reincarnation of Mary Susan Locke. That she's the reincarnation of Mary Magdalene, who lived 2,000 years ago. And Mary Magdalene and Mary Susan Locke really believe what A.J. Miller make her to believe, that she's the reincarnation of Mary Susan Locke. You see, she are following A.J. Miller blindly because she's madly in love with him, and she really believe A.J. Miller care for her and love her. A.J. Miller doesn't really love Mary Susan Locke. He's only using love towards her. He don't care for her. Because if he did care for Mary Susan Locke and really did love her, he would not tell she that lie in the first place. So he is only fooling Mary Susan Locke. He's only fooling her. He don't really care for her. It's true they're having a sexual relationship, but that is not really true love. So you see, so A.J. Miller is only using her, that little girl, Mary Susan Locke, my dear sister, conveniently, but she are blind. She are blind because A.J. Miller, after all, have sweep her off her feet the first day he saw her. You see? And he keep on sweeping her off her feet, and she are blind to that. Well, I'm not blind to that. I am here to show her that. I pray and I hope she come to the realization, brothers and sisters. Having said that, brothers and sisters, I just want to say in this part 131 videos, that I, Eric Braxton, this little Christian boy, this little Christian child way down in Trinidad and Tobago, who are teaching you all, the people of Australia and New Zealand and Canada and America and New Zealand and Belfast, England, the people of Ireland and the rest of the world, throughout the international community, who are teaching you all the true facts of A.J. Miller. I'm teaching you all that the man is a fake, and he just on playing a nonsensical, foolish, absurdity game of absurdity with the minds of the people. Brothers and sisters, I just want to remind you all, and this is a bombshell that I'm going to drop, and so pay attention carefully what Eric Braxton have to teach you all, and I pray that you all learn that lesson well. I have watched a few videos on YouTube about A.J. Miller. I have watched A.J. Miller videos where a lot of the reporters in Australia and also reporters outside of Australia, I'm not so sure for reporters outside of Australia, but more reporters in Australia from the different networks who have interviewed A.J. Miller and Mary Susan Locke. And none of them have asked A.J. Miller. Of course, they have asked him, "Are you Jesus Christ?" And he said yes, because that's the main question, main thing they're going to ask him. But all the reporters in Australia who have interviewed Susan Mary Locke and A.J. Miller have missed the picture. And what is that picture you all have missed, journalists, the journalists in Australia? Well, I'm going to reveal it to you all. You know what the picture you all miss? Let's start with Mary Susan Locke. Well, I'm going to reveal it now. So pay attention. A.J. Miller first wife, this is an example I'm using it. Now, if any of you all reporter that ask A.J. Miller, if you and your first wife was alive today, living together, and she didn't divorce you, will Mary Susan Locke that be living with you and your first wife? None of you all never asked him that. You know why? Because right there you all will detect that would not happen. If A.J. Miller first wife was alive today, Mary Susan Locke would not be in the picture. But none of you all never think about that. Well, now you all began to think about that. You all miss it, so I am revealing it to you all. So big surprise to you all, all the journalists in Australia. This is a big surprise to you all. Yes. So you better begin learning this lesson well. If none of you all never asked Mary Susan Locke, my dear sister, if A.J. Miller's wife was alive with him today, will A.J. Miller that meet you and tell you you is a reincarnation of Mary Magdalene? What Mary Susan Locke does say? She does say no. And if any one of you did ask Mary Susan Locke, if A.J. Miller and his wife was living today, you think A.J. Miller that married you and so that you would be a second wife living in the house with his first wife, but at the same time seeing you as his true soulmate, as Mary Magdalene in a modern reincarnation who he did have a relationship 2,000 years ago? The answer will be no. Why the answer will be no, brothers and sisters? Because if A.J. Miller's wife was living with him today, and A.J. Miller that went and told his wife, I found my true soulmate, which is Mary Susan Locke, who was Mary Magdalene 2,000 years ago. I have found her in Melbourne, in the village down the road, and I'm bringing her home to introduce her to you, my first wife, so she will live here with me. AJ first wife will not accept that. AJ first wife will tell AJ, what are you doing, my dear husband? I married to you. You are my soulmate. And I have 2 sons with you. That woman that you found down the road, Susan Mary Locke, you are only fooling her. And you want to bring her to marry her to live here with me, to break up this marriage that I have with you? A.J. Miller the first wife will not accept that. You all catching the picture carefully? So that proves to you that Mary Susan Locke is not a reincarnation of Mary Magdalene. That is a lie here. Palm off on her. All you catch the picture? I want you all to think what I say, so you all will catch the principle, and this you all will see is a trick that he is using on Mary Susan Locke. He's using a trick on her to make her believe that she is Mary Magdalene, who lived in the 1st century. And how A.J. Miller could play off that trick on her? Reporters that you all have missed, so simple. Because A.J. Miller's wife is out of his life. And when his wife divorced him, he was single. So he could palm off that trick on the next woman. And he have found that woman, Mary Susan Locke. And that is the answer. You all get it now? But unfortunately for you all, I have watched you all very carefully sit down with A.J. Miller, and you all are asking him one set of questions and never draw that example to him. And I have watched you all reporters and journalists in Sydney, Australia, interviewing Mary Locke, and none of you all have draw that example or put that example to her. Why, reporter? Because you all was blinded. And you all, if you all are humbly enough to admit that, well, whether you all admit it or not, that's the facts. But you all was blind to that. And I, Eric Braxton, this little Christian boy, this little Christian child, way down in Trinidad and Tobago, are revealing that example to you and that facts to you all. Now you all see it clearly now. His first wife was out of his life and he was lonely. He stayed celibate, which means not having sex, for 6 years, and then he was getting lonelier and lonelier. So he now had to find a next woman now to palm off that lie on her, and he find Mary Susan Locke and lie to her and tell her, you know, Mary Susan Locke, I have find my true soulmate. You are my true soulmate, and you are Mary Magdalene. That when I was 2,000 years ago upon the earth of Jesus Christ, you was that woman, Mary Magdalene, and I did marry you in the 1st century and had sex with you. You see? But reporters, before I end this video, let me reveal a key part in the deception that A.J. Miller have palm off on Mary Susan Locke. You all want to hear it now? Okay. All the intellectuals and politicians, including the Prime Minister of Australia and the governor who represent the Queen, God save the Queen, all those staff in the governor house of Australia, and all the intellectuals and politicians, ministers and opposition in the opposition party in Australia, and the Prime Minister himself, You all want to hear the deception now? That's how he could palm off that lie on Mary Susan Locke, to believe that she are the reincarnation of Mary Magdalene who lived in 2,000 years ago. So simple. Because AJ first wife, when AJ first wife was alive with him, AJ Miller first wife lived all these years with him, but at no time he never told his first wife that she was the reincarnation of Mary Magdalene 2,000 years ago. Why did not AJ Miller tell his first wife that? You see the trick? Is when she leave him and she divorce him. Now he looking for a next woman now, and he find Mary Susan Locke and tell her now that he is the reincarnation of Jesus Christ in this time, and fool her to believe that she is Mary Magdalene. You see the trick? And that's the trick that he palm off on her. But let me go further to say that if AJ Miller wife, the first wife that he married, if both of them was living together now, Mary Susan Locke would not be in his life. How to prove that? So simple. Because this day, Mary Susan Locke is alive in Australia, 2018 in the month of August. So common sense will tell all you that if AJ Miller's wife, this first wife, was alive, was with AJ Miller as husband and wife, if his first wife was still living with AJ Miller today, on Mary Susan Locke to be alive in Australia, then she would not be in the life of AJ Miller. So that proves she's not no reincarnation of Mary Susan Locke. You know all understand it now? May God help you all come to that understanding. Bye-bye, my friends. See you all in the next video soon. Bye-bye, my friends.